So this is the next day, and it's time to break off these molds and take off the molds. So we clip off the zip ties. Remember, these held the poles at the right height as the concrete was sealing. So here's our icosahedron. We've used blue tape and packaging wrap to create kind of a really tight seal around for the mold. So just really cutting that loose here. We had these molds 3D printed and have them in a variety of size from 5 pounds up to just about 20 pounds. It's been one day. This concrete dries really quick, so it allows us to open these. And remember, here we used liquid dish soap as the release agent. So let's see that come loose. What a huge thing it is to use a release agent, something not to forget. You'll see just as this blue tape comes off, the mold literally just falls off this. This is a really good outcome. Really smooth concrete. We'll clean up the edges and start the finishing process on this once it's dry. We let it dry for about another day to 2 days before we start touching it. Next, let's look at how we open the glass molds. We use a cardboard box and then a plastic bag inside that. We're going to set the Gadas in the box, in the bag, and then use a hammer to break loose the glass. And for these, we use WD-40 as the release agent, and that's a dramatic help. Safety is important here, so we use extremely thick kind of linesman's gloves, eye protection, and really use the bag to catch almost all the glass that would come off. You typically tap around the top to break loose the top section and then tap down the sides to really break it free. And you'll see here that these come off in good-sized chunks. There we go. A few more taps and you'll see the bottom fall off in one piece. When we first started out, we didn't use a release agent in this process. It took forever and really was hard on the Gadas. Great finish here. This is one of the 10-pounders in a half-gallon fish tank, and really smooth. That vibrating the concrete helped quite a bit. So here's the finished products. These will dry for another couple days. We'll clean them up with some files and sandpaper and then start the finishing process. So we just broke these off, and with this concrete you can literally break them off the next day. So the Gadas each turned out really close to glass smooth.
Yeah, really nice.
So the vibrating the molds worked, and the concrete's great. We're going to let them dry for an extra couple days, clean them up, and then we'll start the finishing process.
Yeah. So we'll do a nice wash with soap and water to get the residue off. And then, again, we'll let it dry, and then we'll be ready for finishing.
One thing, the WD-40 works so well. These molds just dropped off with
phenomenal.
Just a few little hammerings. So no damage to the Gadas, no big violence to the mold.
No violence.
Turned out really good. So you'll see next.